Men, I want to talk about a pervasive force in our modern culture that is actively and systematically eroding your dignity, your motivation, and your psychological health. This force is misandry, the contempt and hatred directed toward men. You see it everywhere, in movies, in television, in social media, from massive influencers, and often, sadly, in your own home. This culture constantly paints you as the villain, the oppressor, or the enemy. Why is this toxic ideology so rampant? And why should you, as a good man, care? Because you cannot have a healthy, loving, or respectful relationship with someone who fundamentally believes you are their oppressor and their enemy. This toxic perspective is not only destroying women who hold it, it's destroying the good men who internalize the blame. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on why this misandry exists. We'll show you the core truth about where it originates and, crucially, how you can stop carrying the burden of that unjust hatred. If you've ever felt unfairly targeted or blamed simply for being a man, hit that like button now. Tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? And please subscribe to join our community focused on male resilience and integrity. The myth perpetuated by modern toxic feminist ideology is that men are the source of women's problems, that men create the glass ceiling, the patriarchy, and the oppression that holds women back. The health-critical truth, based on 5 years of clinical observation, is this: misandry is the projection of a woman's own self-hatred and lack of personal accountability. When a woman struggles to rise above her own limitations, when she feels stuck, small, or unhappy with the life she has created, it is easier and more comforting to find an external enemy, men, than to admit the difficult truth: she is her own oppressor. The convenient excuse, buying into the myth of male oppression, gives her an excuse to hide, to play small, and to avoid the hard work of taking responsibility for her own choices and decisions. The projection, her internal self-hatred for not achieving her potential, is projected outward as hatred and contempt toward the man. If she hates herself, she will project that hatred onto you. Biologically, when you are constantly bombarded by cultural and personal misandry, your nervous system registers this as a constant social attack and shaming. This sustained emotional warfare spikes cortisol, leading to chronic stress, withdrawal, and a deep-seated loss of self-confidence. Emotionally, it is impossible to feel safe, respected, or wanted when your partner and culture view your gender as fundamentally flawed. This destroys your sense of dignity and belonging. Practically, this toxic ideology prevents healthy marriage. You cannot build intimacy with someone who views you as the problem that needs to be fixed or overcome. In my clinical experience, the key moment of transformation for a woman is when her cognitive dissonance is broken. She realizes that in the Western world, she is not factually oppressed by men. Rather, she is being held back by her own limiting beliefs and refusal to take accountability. For you, the man, the insight is equally vital. You are not the problem. You must stop buying into the gaslighting that you are responsible for her failures or unhappiness. The solution is not to fight the misandry. The solution is to understand its origin, her lack of internal accountability, so you can stop internalizing the blame and protect your own mental integrity. If you are married to or interacting with women who hold these toxic beliefs, here are the 5 specific ways this misandry attacks and destroys your masculine health. 5. The denial of your kindness and generosity, the attack. She wears a veil of misandry that prevents her from seeing your genuine kindness, thoughtfulness, and sacrifices. She filters all your actions through the lens of oppression or self-interest. Biologically, you are starved of oxytocin and positive affirmation, leading to low mood and emotional withdrawal. Your brain registers that your positive efforts are met with hostility. Emotionally, you feel utterly unappreciated and unseen. This kills your motivation to lead, provide, or emotionally engage. Practically, why be the thoughtful partner if your thoughtfulness is interpreted as a manipulative tactic? This attack aims at your masculinity itself. 4. Shaming and devaluing masculine traits. The attack, traits like strong boundaries, assertiveness, competence, and even physical strength are labeled as toxic, fragile, or part of the patriarchy. Biologically, This is a direct assault on the core of your identity, creating shame that triggers cortisol release. You are told the very traits that make you feel capable are bad. Emotionally, you are forced to censor yourself, playing small to avoid offense, which makes you feel weak and emasculated. Practically, you must choose between being authentically powerful and facing her hostility, or being emotionally safe and being passive. This attack is about stripping your power through blame 3, the weaponization of victimhood. The attack. She constantly relies on a narrative of oppression, victimhood, to avoid taking responsibility for her own emotional or practical circumstances. Biologically, her victim narrative is a continuous drain on your energy. You become her emotional janitor, trying to clean up a mess she refuses to stop making. This leads to profound fatigue and stress. Emotionally, her lack of accountability is placed on your shoulders, making you feel responsible for her unhappiness, trapping you in a cycle of impossible rescue. Practically, you cannot grow because all your energy is spent dealing with her self-created crisis. This attack destroys your relationship with history and your legacy too, grouping all men into the same category of evil. The attack. You are grouped with the worst examples of male behavior, past and present, simply by virtue of your gender. Biologically, this in-group, out-group rejection causes deep alienation. Your brain registers that you are being unjustly judged, leading to anger, isolation, and resentment. Emotionally, you are denied the right to be seen as an individual with high morals, values, and integrity. Your good character is dismissed because of your chromosomes. Practically, you feel isolated and misunderstood, pushing you to withdraw from social and intimate engagement. The inability to build a healthy union. The attack. The foundational belief that men are the enemy makes a healthy, loving marriage impossible. Biologically, intimacy and bonding require trust and safety, oxytocin. If she views you as the source of her oppression, that trust is fundamentally poisoned, blocking the healthy chemical connection. Emotionally, the relationship is permanently adversarial. You are always navigating a conflict, never truly partnering. Practically, you cannot have a partnership where one half fundamentally hates or distrusts the other half. The solution is recognizing the toxicity and protecting yourself. You do not have to absorb, internalize, or fight this misandry. Your freedom comes from recognizing its origin and focusing on your own path. The accountability boundary. Reject the blame. The plan. When she blames men or culture for her unhappiness or limitations, respectfully refuse to engage in the victim narrative. The script. Calmly. I hear you, but I do not accept the premise that men are your oppressor. My focus is on what you are choosing to do now to take responsibility for your own life and happiness. The goal. You put the emotional responsibility back on her. You protect your mental space by refusing to carry the burden of her failures. The integrity vow. Double down on male virtue. The plan. Aggressively focus on the male virtues you value: honesty, protection, competence, self-control, and live by them, regardless of her scorn. What to commit to. Focus on strength training to physically embody competence. Invest in mentors and male friendships that affirm your worth. The emotional impact. You gain self-worth from internal integrity, making her external contempt irrelevant. Misandry cannot touch the man who is solid in his own character. Model the solution. The self-sufficient man. The plan. Stop trying to fix her or solve her unhappiness. Focus on being a whole, thriving, self-sufficient man. The rule. You are not her therapist, her father, or her savior. The goal. You show her through your actions that the secret to true fulfillment is personal agency and accountability, the very thing she needs to embrace to find her own happiness. Men, you are not defined by the hatred of the culture. Your worth is defined by your integrity, your efforts, and your commitment to being a good man. There are women out there who are doing the self-work to evolve beyond this toxic mindset. Until then, protect your peace and your dignity. Refuse to be diminished. Live your life with the unwavering confidence of a man who knows his own worth and chooses his own path. Make a commitment right now. Tell me in the comments one thing you will do this week to build up your own internal strength, independent of cultural or marital pressure. If this video gave you the clarity and courage to stand firm against misandry, please like, share it, and subscribe to our channel. I'm Dr. Jocelyn, and I look forward to supporting your enduring strength.